Championships in Lexington, Kentucky. We are here for the second set of quarterfinal matches here in Cool Haven Park. Here comes the bracket. We have some results from the first set of matches. Bob Ross defeats Crunchy 6-5, and Mongrels United has defeated Didier. I do not have the final score on that, but Mongrels got the win. And we're getting ready to start a match here between the Geneva Alley Cats out of Switzerland and the Control out of San Francisco. Should be a great match. Sarah, who do you think is favored in this one?
I would say the Control. I do believe they won North Americans this year. So.
It's North American champions versus, I think, one of the third or fourth teams in the European qualifying series. Should be a very close game. Control has Andrew Wayland, Eric Stahl David, Forrest Timonier, Jackie Russ, and Bruce Wall.
And
Geneva with David Vargas, Clement Bailant, Quinton Bailant, Manu, and Tomas.
Team captains are talking to and shaking hands with the ref. Good way to start a match. Hopefully things don't get too heated.
Both these teams have been playing really well this weekend.
Matt, would you goal judge down here for me? Would you goal judge? Max or Elliot? Who's my goal judge in this corner? Who's my goal judge in this corner? Thank you, Matt.
Will looking for his court officials.
Geneva just talking some final strategy before the game starts. Looks like the Control is starting Forrest, Jackie, and Andrew, and Geneva with, I believe, I'm sorry, I'm not too good with the names of the Geneva players. I think it's Quinton and Tomas, and I'm not sure the last player.
Is that Clement?
30 minutes on the whistle.
Jackie bringing the ball up, looking for the shot.
Jackie's been playing bike polo since 2004, 2006, something absurd. She has finally found her team.
And for a sport this young, that is a seasoned veteran. Windy day here in Lexington. The cold front approaching. Looking to get these games done before the rain starts. Geneva on the approach.
Andrew cutting in for the ball. Forrest actually gets it, taps it back to Andrew. It is bizarre to call him that. There we go. Quinton takes the ball from them. Clement takes a shot. Andrew blocks it. Forrest pops it up to him. Geneva manages to get to that loose ball first. And ball is still on the court.
Keep that stick down, Forrest.
Not quite sure what Geneva accomplished throwing it up in the air like that, but
Well, they got Will to warn Forrest about high sticking.
it's been refreshing to see the Control play this weekend.
Oop, there we go.
Not quite as defensive as some of these other teams in the tournament. Always looking forward.
Andrew learned to play on 2v2 court, so he's not so interested in sitting someone in net.
Andrew with big shot off the bike.
Thinks he can make it through two players' wheels. Doesn't even make it through the first. He recovers that rebound from Tomas's shot. Forrest looking for that pass. And a nice little drop pass to Shitty. Andrew.
Andrew, of course, with one of the more colorful nicknames in bike polo.
Yeah. Ace with the block. Didn't even notice when he came in for Jackie.
Instruction, ace.
Instruction gets the control here. It looks like it'll just be a ball turnover.
And that obstruction happened in the middle of the court. Didn't impact any kind of scoring opportunity, so.
This game officiated by Will of Mosquito, the head ref of North American Hardcourt Bike Polo.
Control, are you ready? 10 seconds to cross, Geneva. Time started.
Lots of shots taken, none of them really finding the net yet. 4 minutes into this game.
I'm not sure Geneva will have much luck with long shots like that against control.
Yeah.
They tend to keep someone in net most of the time.
Geneva losing a mallet. Bruce comes in for the shot, just a few inches off. And there's a whistle. Mallet on body.
It's a hooking
goes
call.
Back to control.
Diva, are you ready?
Geneva not giving the ready to the ref.
2, 1, you can cross.
Control can cross at any time now.
We've seen a lot of these teams this weekend taking their whole time to cross just to get a little respite, reset, and get some strategy going.
A 30-minute game is not much for players at this level, but 4, 5, 6 of them back-to-back in a single day, we are definitely seeing a little bit of exhaustion.
The score is still 0-0 here in this game. 25 minutes remaining.
Geneva controlling the ball. These small drop passes are players' best bet at this level.
Big shot from Tomas, but goes wide of the net.
Ace coming in looking for a shot rather than a pass, but Forrest is there to pick up his missed opportunity. Forrest dabs, and Geneva runs up at the ball. It's loose again. Ooh.
Geneva sneaks it into the back corner through two people. It's a seeing eye shot if I've ever seen one. It's just so effective to be going one direction and shoot back the other way.
Geneva, are you ready?
Here you can see Tomas coming up, making the pass for the shot back across the grain. Really hard to stop those.
5 seconds to cross.
And Andrew just runs into the corner. Hearing some crowd love for Bruce Wall of San Francisco Bike Polo.
Formerly of Minnesota.
Mankato and then Minneapolis. Ace hit in the face by a mallet, it looks like.
Hope he's okay.
Happened to him a few times. That looks like blood.
Looks like the ref may be calling 2 minutes. I saw him make a 2 with his hands. We'll see what the call says. Looks like he just caught the shoulder or the elbow in the face there. That doesn't feel good. Looks like he'll be okay.
Oh.
Just getting some clarification from the ref here. Score is 1-0 for the Geneva Alley Cats versus Control out of San Francisco. Just over 22 minutes remaining here in Lexington, Kentucky.
Clock's not moving.
Geneva, you have 10 seconds to be ready.
Geneva will be down a man here. I haven't heard from the referee whether it's 2 minutes, but it certainly looked like it was from his hand signals. And if the Control scores on this, they will be able to score as much as they want for the entire 2 minutes without Geneva able to add another player. This is a major penalty.
Will is uninterested in seeing injuries on his court, and Andrew doesn't have that, surprisingly enough. Not 20 seconds on the penalty clock, so that is not a major.
Yeah, it looks like it's just 30 seconds here. Geneva with one of the best goaltenders here in the tournament, sitting in net.
Over Morgan? Morgan off of Mongrels has just been locking people out. Lots of games that they've been not even been scored on over the course of the week.
Yeah, Mongrels with quite impressive run here. There's a reason they're the defending world champions.
Ace goes down and the whistle blows. Control ball.
Here's a replay of the penalty.
Toppling.
Yeah.
Play on.
And play resumes.
Time start.
Andrew just making big fast circles.
Looks like Control keeps electing to cross with a player instead of the ball.
Hoping to draw some defenders onto him, I'm sure.
Another advantage to that is that you can shoot from behind the line and have the ball be in play for a goal.
Exactly.
If you start the game with a shot from behind the line, it won't count if it goes in. The ball has to be in play before it can be shot.
Bruce coming out of net, running into the back wall. Carries it behind the opposing team's net.
Andrew, just such great bike control, getting around those players there, opening up tons of space for his team.
Nice reach around from Geneva.
Great pass by Andrew over to Bruce. Bruce can't find the net.
Quick transition from Geneva. Oh. Looks like toppling. Will is not going to call it.
Ace taking out his own player and the Geneva player there.
Bruce tries for a fake, but ends up keeping the ball. Andrew missing the shot.
Some contact behind the play, but no call.
Bruce drives it in.
Great shot, but off the post. Bruce has been shooting rockets all weekend. Geneva with a big reset here. Looks like a T-bone against Andrew here. Geneva will look to press the advantage.
They're just holding the ball in the corner. See how long.
And
And that's Bruce touches a 10, the advantage. Ball goes back to Geneva.
great crowd out here to watch today in Lexington. A lot of members of the community come out to check out bike polo and see what it's all about.
Geneva, you can cross.
Geneva trying to be smart with that ball turnover, continuing to possess. Ace is not allowing them opportunity for that drop pass.
I think Geneva has kind of flown under the radar a little bit during this tournament. They've been playing really well the whole time.
Ripper from Ace. So
Through
fast
the
I
bottom
couldn't
bracket.
see it.
Misses the net, however.
None of it counts if it doesn't go in the net. Ace looking for Andrew. Geneva trying to outrun Ace.
Andrew coming up from behind the net. Slow approach here from the control. Very deliberate. Top 8 of this tournament, entirely North American and European teams.
Andrew missing that pass, so Geneva gets the ball again. Ooh. Mallet flung, Ace down, injured.
Ace catches a mallet in the face.
And that's whistle blowing on a medical timeout.
You just have to keep control of your mallet on the court at all times. Be surprised to not see a penalty here against Geneva. See what the ref has to say, or if he saw it. Here comes a replay of what happened. On the backswing, catches him straight in the ear. That does not
Definitely
feel
high
good.
sticking. Not the first time Ace has caught mallets to the face in a major tournament.
When you hit a player in the head, that is automatic 30 seconds if the ref sees it. Or more if he deems it flagrant. This is the second time something has come up high on Ace this game.
Got Kristen from Seattle taking care of him over in the corner. Rinsing out that wound. Got both team captains also consulting with the ref. And Geneva taking advantage of Control's distraction to plot.
Score here is 1-0 Alley Cats versus Control. We have around half the game remaining after this stoppage. It's just been a beautiful week here in Lexington. Great weather for bike polo, very high skill games, and very fun to watch. See if we can get a clarification on whether it'll be a penalty here or not. 19 minutes remaining in the game. 1-0 for Control with 19 minutes. Or, sorry, 1-0 for Alley Cats with 19 minutes left.
And Control calls for their 2-minute timeout just at the end of that medical timeout. Give them a little bit of extra time to recuperate and recover.
While we're waiting for this timeout here, I'd just like to take time to say again that after the hurricane in Puerto Rico and the earthquake in Mexico, we are looking to support the members of our polo community that have been affected by these disasters. And the North American Hardcourt Bike Polo Association has set up donations on their website that you can help our polo players in need. So if you can, please donate. It's very important as a community to come together after these instances and help our own.
Yeah, especially for the players who immediately after these disasters managed to travel all the way out here to Lexington, Kentucky.
Yeah, just amazing that a Puerto Rican player was able to make it out here, and 2 teams from Mexico. They played really well all weekend. I think Super Polo, especially out of Mexico, were some of the darlings of the tournament. Unfortunately, just not able to make it through to the last stage here. They played amazing polo all week, though. Just another second to shout out to our sponsors. Kentucky for Kentucky, Broomwagon, UX.net, Travel Kentucky, the Grey Goose, Stella's Kentucky Deli, Lexington Parks and Rec, The Hive, and many others. You know, Fixcraft. The list is almost too long to go through. I know Rust Belt Welding made the beautiful trophies for this tournament. Those are pretty good. Here's a shot of the bracket again. I believe Mongrels and Bob Ross are through in the top, and they'll be facing out against each other shortly after this. On the other court, we have Impossible Boys versus Call Me Daddy, which is sure to be a heated match. Call Me Daddy, of course, the 2 or 3-time world champions, and Impossible Boys, the current holders of the European Bench Trophy. We have a great 2 or 3 more games of bike polo after this to watch, so make sure you stick around. Looks like the teams are about ready to start again. Geneva's still talking, but Bruce, Andrew, and Forrest look ready to go. Timeout over. 1-0 Geneva Alley Cats versus Control out of San Francisco.
You have 10 seconds to be ready.
Looks like Ace is holding some ice onto his face, but he is still at the court side and looks ready to go.
Geneva, are you ready?
We've seen several players playing through injury this weekend. So many games, mishaps are bound to happen.
When you get this fast, going down hurts.
Andrew with a great shot that goes off the wheel. Good elevation on it.
Reaches 3 and goes. Andrew
Geneva
picks
just
up that
ripping
rebound.
shot after shot. Cannot find the back of the net there.
Turns around, slows it down for a sec. Pass to Forrest. Forrest stuck in the corner.
Good pass across the crease, but Andrew cannot get on the end of it.
And shot stopped. And Forrest carries the ball behind his own net. Bottom bracket pass to Andrew. Just not finding any holes.
Geneva very strong defensively. Big whiff from Geneva. Andrew comes up with it. Might even be able to hear the sound of that whiff through our mics.
And Geneva's gotten possession of the ball. Forrest blocking that shot. Drops it back to Andrew. Losing control of the ball.
Yeah, they're looking to reset defensively here. Andrew, a bike messenger in San Francisco, just so strong on the bicycle. I think I saw him move about 8 feet laterally and about 3 feet vertically yesterday. It was incredible to watch. That's what you have to do to dodge cars as a messenger sometimes.
Dodge cars and recover stolen bikes. If you ever have a bike stolen in San Francisco, Andrew is definitely the one you want to call. He's recovered 3 or 4 of them at this point, at least. Very defensive circles from the control. Great shot from Bruce. Goes a little too high, I believe.
You know what they say, nice shots never go in.
Geneva just piling up their players on the ball behind the net. And wrecks himself. No call. Oh, he cannot get back on his bike. And Bruce has an open shot. Doesn't go in. Cannot get through their defense.
Geneva player still down.
Net is very far out of place. Forrest down. That's an uncommon sight.
Right,
the crowd is getting very excited. Andrew just trying to.
Come on, able to force it through.
Drive it in.
Gets around the check, fights off the mallet, and slots one home. Very good concentration in front of net.
That's 2-0 for Geneva.
Against the North American champions.
Control also managed to take 3rd place at the last World Championship.
15 minutes.
If this result holds, this will be a big upset. Wow, look at the control there by Clement. Just able to poke it through the 5-hole of Bruce there.
Bruce not interested in team play, just ripping shots as soon as he sees an opening. Forrest trying to stay in net.
With defense like this,
like that goal.
If you see an opening, you do have to take it.
Oh.
Great passing play by the control. Still can't find the back of the net, though.
Found a corner, but that goalie had the mallet on it so quickly.
David, as again, one of the best players in net in this tournament.
And Ace falls off his bike. Forrest recovers the ball. Takes it back to zone side while his teammate gets back in.
Again, the score is 2 for Geneva, 0 for Control, with just under half the game remaining.
Oh.
Bruce with a fake. Not sure how effective that was in distracting the Geneva players.
The crowd did love it. And Geneva with the breakaway now. Bruce manages to punch it a little bit. Don't think that was on target, though.
Geneva, definitely the better the possession so far this game. Waste it with the long shot there, but managed to get it back.
Oh, and
they go for the big reset that we've seen from the
court.
European teams all weekend.
Big shot, big whiff. Jackie picks it up in the corner. Got a dabber. And he taps back in.
Jackie trying to fight through, but cannot get it on net.
She doesn't get caught in between those two players, though. Bruce whips it. Forrest blocks it like that was nothing. Oh, wow. Forrest scores.
Great shot from behind. Skips off the ground, hops over the goalie's mallet. Getting the control back in this game. 2-1, Geneva Alley Cats over the control. Comes the replay.
Bruce drops to Forrest. And he sees it. Rips through two players' frames, it looks like.
David trying to wheelie to block it, but not effective here.
You can cross, Geneva.
12 minutes remaining in the game. 2 Geneva, 1 San Francisco. Minutes left.
Andrew taking his time, looking for a smarter play. Jackie circles back to net. Forrest and Andrew just making circles behind each other. Gentle drops. Ripper from Andrew. But the rebound goes to Geneva. Oh, Forrest runs it. He's got a breakaway. He's going to try and juke him. Miss, drops the ball. Andrew blocking those passes. Check from behind, advantage for Geneva.
Yeah, Will sees that right away.
Yeah.
You can't do that in front of the ref stand.
All right. Geneva trying to turn this advantage into a point.
Andrew has been laying waste to this tournament physically this week. Every time I've watched a game with them, I've seen him knock 2 or 3 players down, mostly legally, and then go in and score a goal again and again. It's really impressive to see. Just so strong on the bike.
Knocking the other team down is an effective strategy. Won the Beaver Boys the second World Championships in Berlin.
Geneva's fans getting a little rowdy here. Plays live again.
Oh, Ace is back in play after that injury. This is the favored lineup from what I've seen of the control. Got Ace, Andrew, and Bruce in net.
Bruce, a recent transplant to San Francisco, joining this team that's had success as a threesome as Andrew, Ace, and Forrest. Jackie and Bruce joining to make the squad team.
Jackie and Andrew have been playing together a little bit in non-NAH events previous to the transition to squad. But you barely know the difference.
Advantage control here. Possibly interference off the ball. Didn't quite see the penalty.
Andrew trying to turn that into, and
Lamont will recover, touch up. Handlebar, interference, mallet on the handlebars by Geneva. Looks like it'll just be a ball turnover because it was not on a scoring opportunity.
Geneva, are you ready? 6, 5. Control, you can cross in 3, 2, 1. Go if you want.
Crowd here, big fans of Darren Aronofsky films.
Andrew running for that ball. Ace recovers.
Wow, great pass to the front.
Goes several feet wide.
Geneva getting caught with 2 players behind the goal line. That's something that you almost never want to do, either side of the field. Control trying to pull this game back. They're down 1-2.
Not connecting on their passes. Not going to be good enough. Oh, and Ace finds the hole.
Ace finds the 10 hole
Ties
through
it
2
up.
bottom brackets. The double 5 hole. Nice finesse on that shot. Not a lot of speed, but found the right spots. Here you can see it
First
again.
bottom bracket. There we go.
The goalie barely saw it there. Didn't get a chance to get his mallet around.
Probably had his line of sight blocked by his teammate there, actually.
That's a downside of the
timeout.
stacking style that you'll see from a lot of these European teams. You know, when you have another person playing goalie directly in front of you, it's hard to see the ball.
A big old smile on Andrew's face. Fairly common sight.
Control, one of the loosest teams out here. They're always having a good time.
They're definitely in it for love of the sport. .90 seconds remaining on Geneva's timeout. Always a smart move to take a timeout after you've been scored on. Try and break the other team's momentum.
Control here, playing for the memory of Zebulon, a souvenir drink cup that got them through all of North Americans.
Andrews had that silly alien cup since he was a small child. Managed to lose it, break it within a couple days over at NA's.
Crowd here having a great time in Lexington. Clouds are rolling in, but I think the rain should hold off until after the tournament. It's been a great week. The NAH and Lexington Bike Polo have done an amazing job of putting this all together. This is one of the most well-run tournaments I've ever attended in 4 years of playing the sport.
Can't say it's that far off from what we expect over in Cascadia. Mark Esseltine, the tournament director, does an excellent job. And These on-schedule games are pretty common in Vancouver.
Get back on your bikes. 10 seconds to be ready.
10 seconds remaining on the timeout.
2-2, tie game
Control,
here.
are you ready? Get ready.
8 minutes remaining in the game. Score is 2-2.
Geneva, ball is live in 10 seconds.
The clock below your screen is just approximate, so there's about 8 minutes remaining.
4, 3, 2, 1. Ball is live.
Big miss from Geneva.
You can hear the sound of that whip 20 feet away.
Andrew on it like a shark, but not fast enough to get that ball. And Control has 2-on-1, block from Bruce. Ace tips it out, but Geneva regains possession of the ball. Passes through Andrew's bottom bracket. Ace passes behind the net to Andrew. Andrew looking for a shot, finds a pass instead, and decides to hold the ball.
For those of you who were watching yesterday, these games are now single elimination. So if this game ends in a tie, it will go to golden goal overtime, first to score, sudden victory.
And Ace is just circling, making him run. Geneva breaks the ball loose.
Shout out to RoboCop back in DC. The circle style is one that he loves.
Andrew got the front wheel and the ball and the shot blocked by Geneva. Whistle.
Looks like we had an extension penalty against Geneva.
30 seconds?
I think that was the crowd shouting 30 seconds. We'll see if the referee agrees. Andrew with the shot, blocked by the Raclette. Freedom block, Hulk smash, whatever you like to call it. The goalie puts them out on the ground and sweeps it away.
It was unnecessary though, his wheel was there.
Sometimes you're just in it for the aesthetics. Geneva looking for some clarification here. It looks like they will be down a player.
Geneva, are you ready?
We'll see if Control can break the tie here.
6, 5, 2, 1. Control, you can cross.
Control looking to use their 30-second penalty. For the scoring opportunity. 20 seconds on the power play.
15.
Andrew gets the ball, and he's alone with the goalie.
10.
Still can't get it in.
Right into the
Ace
goalie's
runs
wheel.
in.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And they do not manage to turn the
Penalty
power
over.
play into a point.
Geneva streaking up the
Coming
court.
up hard. Oh. Ace leaves Geneva along the boards. He's down himself, and there's a whistle from the ref.
That might be a little bit of a soft call there, although from this angle I couldn't see whether or not Ace did the extension or not. It looked to me like he just closed off the boards as you always should.
5.5.
From here, it looks like the mallet was just in a normal position there. Didn't stick the elbow out, but referee saw otherwise.
And the referee's always going to call it how he sees it.
wave here in the fans. People might be confused thinking they're at a baseball game.
And North American players are having a hard time keeping up with the Australian and European energy. Those kids are very good at cheering for sports.
I know the bike polo Latin America players were here at the courts partying till 2 or 3 a.m. last night.
Oh, got a dab. Door is open with ace on the boards.
Extremely dangerous to have your door open when you're not making a change
blows
there.
The whistle.
Extremely dangerous.
Yeah. 4 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock.
Geneva player dabs. The door is open for some reason, and then the extension from Clement there.
Geneva, are you ready?
4:20.
4 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the game.
Control, you can cross. Time start.
And that is not a Mosquito. Mosquito is already out of this tournament. That's just the drone hovering overhead.
Mosquito with a great tournament, but a little injury to Sean Marsh may have hurt them there. He was able to finish out his games, but it might have affected his play.
I would not agree with that, but Ace just putting the body on other players here. Passes to Andrew. Andrew doesn't catch it fast enough for a shot. Goalie is down. Crease violation? Nope, not long enough. Oh, good poke from Geneva. Shutting out Control's scoring opportunity while their top goalie was out of place.
Court A, 3 minutes.
Three minutes left here on the court. Score is tied at 2. See if either team can break through and get a win. Otherwise, we are headed for sudden death.
Ace overshoots on the play on the ball. Andrew with an amazing reach. Neither player looks up, and there's a whistle.
Ace behind the play took down the Geneva player. Toppling against Ace. Good call by the ref.
Didn't look like either of those players had their heads up. They just went head on.
He didn't do it intentionally, but it's still a penalty when it happens.
Yep.
You can see the replay of the missed shot on goal, and then the two players colliding. You can see Ace falling off his bike before running into the player.
Control, are you ready? Toss when you're ready, Geneva.
Geneva fans getting loud here.
Closed caption that, chanting in French.
Shout out to West 6 Brewery for sponsoring this tournament. Make great beer and have been a great home for the players.
Big shot from Geneva, blocked by Ace. Bruce also saw it. Andrew shouting for Ace, but that pass did not come fast enough.
Andrew with some head fakes there. Doesn't fool the players on Geneva. Might be a little more effective here moving while they're doing
Andrew
the head fakes.
is always having fun with this game.
That's why the controller is so great to watch.
Dabbing each other out on this court.
Geneva with the quick change, always ready to go.
Andrew goes,
T-bone in the crease,
Ace goes down.
but Will does not see it as he's following the play and is behind it.
Andrew blocks it. Ace is running for that loose ball. 2 Geneva players on him.
Not much time remaining in this game. We're still tied.
Ace gets through first Geneva player, 90 seconds remaining.
It's been a defensive battle here.
Oh,
Wow.
great shot from Andrew.
Puts the hand on the ground to block it. Gets the mallet all the way down there. This goalie has been
Bruce blocks a shot.
Bruce blocks it off the mallet and off the top bar.
Some nice reach around.
Great goaltending at both ends here.
Corner goal from Geneva. Unfortunately, those don't count. Quick juke from Andrew. The second defender from Geneva does not fall for it, though. Very tight technical passes from the control now. They are not interested in losing possession of the ball. Andrew wants to score this before the clock runs out. Big rip. Geneva gets possession.
10, 9,
And that's the 10-second countdown. 5.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Andrew just sits on the ball at the last second, preventing that shot.
We're heading to sudden death overtime, folks. Both teams with a great game. Very defensive. Able to find 2 openings each, but not much more. Goaltending on both ends, just amazing. Control huddling up over there. Geneva having a couple individual conversations, getting ready for, as the crowd is saying, beer point.
I'm sure neither of those teams would object to an adult beverage after this game is over. Not even a hint of a smile from Andrew right now.
I think there's always a little hint of a smile there. Here we are at the end of regulation. 2 Geneva Alley Cats, 2 Control out of San Francisco. Tight game. See which one of these teams can break through in overtime and get through to the semifinals. I'm not sure of the result of the other quarterfinal match, but it looks like it has ended. That was Impossiboys versus, I believe, Call Me Daddy. Just a little break here before overtime starts. Overtimes in bike polo in the elimination round. No time, untimed. First to score wins. There will be a joust to start the game. And yeah, whoever can slot one home first will go on to the semifinals. Both teams will probably be looking to get a quick one, move on if they can without getting too tired. Fatigue becomes a factor here late in these tournaments.
1 minute until overtime begins. 1 minute.
1 minute left until we begin overtime. Fans queuing up to see the final of this game. Who do you think is going to get this one in overtime, Sarah?
Well, I'm always cheering for the Control. But, I mean, I'm godmother to Andrew and Jackie's cat, so I think I'm a little biased. Just a little bit.
Control, one of only 2 remaining North American teams in the tournament after Bob Ross knocked out Crunchy. So hopefully they can pull this one through for North America. Geneva looking strong on the other side, however.
Lots of smiles in the crowd. This has been a fairly clean game. Ref has been making calls, but no one's getting upset about it.
Yeah, no player's out of control in this match. Clement lining up the ball at center court. 30 seconds left before overtime begins.
Control's going to start with that favored line. Andrew, Eric, and Bruce.
Another attempted wave from the crowd. Still stuck at a baseball game, I guess. Geneva fans getting hyped. I don't know the translation of their chant, but it is catchy.
Looks like Mongrels defeated Didier 6-3. Finally got some score reports from what's been going on court C.
So Mongrels 6-3 in a quarterfinal over Didier.
Call Me Daddy defeating Impossible Boys 9-3.
The former world champions back in the semifinals. And we'll see if we can see who will face Call Me Daddy, the winner of this game. Whoever scores first. It'll be a tough match for either of these teams. Call Me Daddy has been playing very physically this weekend.
Andrew hopping up and down on his bike, just ready to go. There's that whistle, and Geneva gets the ball first. Andrew picking that wheel.
Ace and Andrew, 2-on-1 with the Geneva player chasing behind.
Such a fast power couple. You can tell they've been playing together for, what, 5 years now?
Long
Big
shot from
shots.
Geneva, wide of the net.
They are not interested in playing a long overtime. They're just going to rip it. Ace
Geneva fans way louder than
so fast. Oh, big shot from Geneva, just through Bruce's wheel.
So hard to block that shot from behind.
And that is 3-2 for Geneva. They will be going on to face Call Me Daddy.
The two-time North American champions out of the tournament in the quarterfinals. Tough loss for the Control. Great win by Geneva. Amazing goaltending on either side. So again, that is 3 Geneva Alley Cats, 2 San Francisco Control here in Lexington, Kentucky at the World Hardcourt Bike Polo Championships. Geneva moves on to face Call Me Daddy, the multiple-time world champions. The other side of the semifinals is the defending world champs, Mongrels versus Bob Ross. Yeah, here on the replay you can see he shoots from the wing, just in front of, sneaks it right in front of the front wheel there. Fans going crazy here for the win. It's been great spirit from the fans here all weekend. And we're back here. A well-fought win by the Geneva Alley Cats over the San Francisco Control. 3-2 win in overtime. They'll move on to face Call Me Daddy in the semifinals.
And I believe we have Mongrels and Bob Ross up next on the A court.
That should be a really good game. Thanks for watching. We're here in Lexington, Kentucky. Stay tuned after these breaks.
The 2017 World Hardcourt Bike Polo Championship